Good morning, this is Wayne Blau with another Profit Maximizing Moment. We made it through another week. It's Friday, June 12th, I think it is. Anyways, we're going to talk about how spending 15 minutes a week, studying how your business is done in the last week can double, triple, have massive increases in sales, cash flow, and profits. And sadly, less than 5% of business owners actually do this. What am I talking about? Well, what I'm talking about is looking at 5 reports that are vital to your success and are vital to how your business is growing. Look, a quote I like, nothing is interesting if you're not interested. Helen Macinus. But the last thing most business owners are interested in is spending some quality time with their accounting records. In fact, I often joke that all business owners have ADD. They have so many hats to wear that reviewing their books or their records often loses out to selling their products, producing their products, delivering their products, and collecting from their customers. Here's the key though. Successful business owners truly understand that accounting is the language of business and that reviewing their accounting reports on a regular basis is a major part of increasing their business profit, sales, and cash flow. The top people understand this rule. The most successful business owners. Look, if you want to be successful, don't do what the 95% who are struggling do. Do what the top people do. These top people understand business is not really a game of numbers, even though we're looking at numbers when we look at these reports. It's a game of human behavior, in particular the business owner's behavior. You're the only one you can really control. So that's what business is about. Good accounting data gives us a scorecard to measure our behavior and its effects. K.C. Truby, the lonesome cowboy and marketing expert, calls it the 5-minute books. I call it the daily scoreboard. But we both agree it's a vital tool to achieving success. Here's the 5 essential reports and how to use them. First, a profit and loss, a weekly profit and loss. Review your income statement at least weekly in order to identify what is and isn't working for you. Remember, all this activity you're doing, or all this running around, putting out fires, making sales, delivering products, has to end up being a profit. That's what you're after. So you need to, as a business owner, one of the 5 reports you need to spend 15 minutes a week looking at is whether you're making money, whether all that activity is actually ending up putting cash in your pocket. You want to identify where you should focus your limited resources and time. Comparing results month to month helps us identify trends and react quickly. I don't have time to even go into all the examples. I use myself as one example. Looking at my financial statements, the most recent time I made a major change showed me that bookkeeping wasn't seriously bringing anything to the table. So I dumped it. Dropped 40,000 in sales and increased profit by 80,000 the next year because of the ability to focus on the things that made money based on looking at the financial statements. I actually increased sales and doubled profits. Okay, so that's one thing. Sales reports by product or customer. End customer. Sales reports by customers with related costs and profits help us identify our most profitable customers and products. With this report, you'll be able to identify your best customers so you can, 1, make sure you focus on giving them excellent service, 2, look for opportunities to sell them additional products. Your best customers already know you, love you, and trust you. All right? This makes them the easiest customers to sell additional products to. Third, accounts receivable. The most common cause of cash flow problems is a failure to keep your collections under control. A daily review, or at least a weekly review, prevents surprises and allows you an improved chance of collection. Simply put, the older an invoice gets, the harder it is to collect and the less likely it is to collect. Accounts payable. Too often, business owners look at their bank account and see that there's enough cash in there, so they buy a new car or a piece of equipment. What they don't know is that they owe their vendors more than they have in the bank. If business owners know how much cash they need in the next 30 days, they will more often than not find a way to meet their obligations. A daily, or like I said, at least a weekly review of your obligations will help you sleep at night, as well as plan to timely repay your vendors and creditors. And finally, we've talked about it a few times, how much cash you got on hand. Profit can be an opinion, but cash is fact. Each day, you must know exactly how much you have in the bank. This one step alone will drive you towards a bigger bank account. Highly profitable business are almost always run by owners who know their numbers. They value the information their accounting records provide, so they often hire an experienced CPA to help them analyze them. All right. Look, at the end of the day, there's nothing more important to you, really. I could sit here, and I just don't want to make this video ridiculously long, but I go over example over example over example. Another one, I help the client identify a drop in sales in a particular area. When they researched it, they found out one of their customers, the AP clerk had quit, the person in charge of ordering had quit, and somebody new came in and was referring to their friends. They discovered it reasonably quickly, rather than at the end of the year when their sales were down and they're going, what's going on? Or when they start running out of cash. So they jumped in and went to the owner, resold why they were the best choice, and they got the job back. Now that would have been $300,000 in sales if they had waited till the end of the year like most businesses do, $150,000 in profits lost. That's just one example. We can go over and over. I was a salesperson who looked at the sales report, and every week, actually he looked at it more like every quarter, but it didn't matter. He looked at it, and he saw two types of customers he wanted to see. One, the customers that hadn't purchased from him in a while, and the new ones that had showed up. And he got on the phone and called the ones that hadn't bought for a while and found out why. And he sold a good chunk of them, out of sight, out of mind. It wasn't that they didn't want to buy from him. They forgot. It's not their job to remember you. Okay. And he thanked the new customer and upsold them. That one little process that he had increased his sales 20-25% a year. I can go on and on. Numbers tell a story. Do you know what the story is? Can you read the story? If you can't, call me. I'll help you. Hey, until next time, this is Wayne Belisle saying, let's make this our most profitable year ever. Thank you very much.